a subliminal, pursue what particular. What you wish you were is what we are. Kila mara kushock the culture, jadisha how deep you are, how sick you are.
Niaje sana kwa sana album reviews African hapa, karibu sana kwa another album review. Shukran sana kwa kuwa hapa, asante sana for taking the time kudai kucheki video. Kama ni mara yako ya kwanza, karibu sana to the channel. Kuna this and many more videos unaweza dive into. Shukran for being here. Kama wewe ni a returning subscriber ama viewer, shukran sana for the continued support umeonyesha hii channel. Currently niko na mission, na the mission inaitwa MWE, ina stand for Music Writer Exercise ya 2022. Ilianzishwa na Gary Suarez, an American music journalist. This is the 8th year in a run. Imeifanya for 3 years. Ini mwaka wangu wa 4 kuifanya. The idea ni listen to an album hujawahi sikiza before, alafu andika a tweet about it. Apart from doing that, the other thing that nafanya ni I am doing fast listen reviews for kila project that nitasikiza for the month of February. For this specific idea kufanya fast listen reviews, huu ni mwaka wa pili na ufanya. Last year nilifanya the same thing. Kila time nilikuwa nasikiza project, nilikuwa na record a fast listen review. Nime keep up with that same tradition for 2022. Iwapo uko interested after kusikiza maoni yangu kuhusu SOLST project, consider kwenda kucheki how last year went, or unaweza anza na 2022 on the kind of Kenyan projects that nilisikiza. I am only focusing on Kenyan projects. As the title ya hii video inasema, tuko about to delve into an album by SOLST. Hii ni debut album yake, inaitwa Rebirth. Tukifanyanga our reviews katika hii channel, our criteria focus on aspects tatu: production and musicality, concept and idea, and the content and themes of a project. Nimekuwa na company nikifanya hii challenge, which I am grateful for. This year Babo amenijoin, Roger is doing the same, Ivy Robbie, Abrogato na King Bunge wamuungana nami katika MWE huu mwaka. Interestingly, on day 1 Roger alikuwa na project ya SOLST, na this is his debut EP, Asas Maritimas, which ilitoka 2020 6th November. Nikamwambia this is intriguing juu niko na SOLST pia kwa orodha yangu ya projects nafaa kusikiza hii wiki. Leo ni day 3 of the MWE 2022. Sai ni 6:05 am. I am just from listening to Rebirth debut album yake. Nilichoose kuanza na the debut album. Roger unplanned ya akafanya the debut EP. Alafu hii imetoka 6th December 2021, late last year. Now na SOLST has a thing for 6, and we know which creature katika existence ya human beings ako related na connected to 6s. But kwa hii album, the opening song ni Anno Domini, in the year of the Lord, in the year of our Lord. SOLST, are you trying to confuse us? Anyway, the album here, which ni debut album yake full length, vile nimesema, is an electronic project. Ina center electronic music, ina center EDM, alafu ziko drenched and characterized by cinematic and orchestral arrangements na production. Ndio the soundscape yenye SOLST anatupeleka in, aki-explore this idea of a rebirth. Kuna a slow gentle opening ya the project with those slow gentle keys kwa Anno Domini, in the year of the Lord, story ya birth of Christ, the concept of the terminology, and that's how it opens to usher into the project, and it sets the mood cinematically. Then we get into Rebirth, the second song, the title track of the album, inaanza pia gently picking up where the previous song imeachia, alafu kuna subdued drums that come in at some point and then that builds up and ni more energetic as compared to Anno Domini. It seems kuna this suspenseful technique that electronic na EDM music hutumia, where kuna a build up ya an instrumental, una expect kutakuwa na a drop ya a bass, then tutaget kwa hii dramatic and aggressive moment kwa the instrumentation. That aspect of the suspenseful build up kwa the instrumental ilikuwa kwa Anno Domini, but haikukuwa na that obvious resolution that una expect ukisikia such music. Ilifanywa technically vizuri, aka keep the suspense going, lakini the technique ili fit kwa the soundscape of that particular song, which ilikuwa chilled, and that sentiment, that feeling carries forward kwa Rebirth. Now that resolution tulikuwa tunatarajia kwa Rebirth, kuna that same build up with those drums that nimesema, more percussion centric, and the aggression ina pick up. Kuna a build up now generally kwa the pacing of the album, na moment ya Rebirth una feel ni colorful and grand, similar to this entire project. Midnight Therapy now goes to the extreme, inaendelea this pace that imekuwa ikibuild up, na kuna a progression kwa tempo, kuna a progression kwa energy, more aggressive, more abrasive, more in your face, and the energy na build up. Those techniques that are familiar kwa such music, whether kuna beat segment reversals, amona reverse a melody, then those build ups, the drops, the bass heavy kind of beat, the loud drums, the loudness of the song generally. That's the way that song is, and that energy ina progress build up. Midnight Therapy sasa una feel ni kama this is a moment ya therapy, ini a moment of kupaj. Speaking of paj, if you're familiar with Bakita, tulifanya review ya EP yake called Paj. Tafadhali support not Kenyan musicians, Kenyan content creators, and whenever review of Bakita's Paj. Anyway, una feel it's a moment ya kupaj, and that's one song yenye unexpectedly kuna vocals, and na believe ni SOLST anaimba, kuna a you, kuna a subject being addressed akisema how amemfanya feel, lakini how the vocals zina sit kwa the overall song na kwa the mix haziko as prominent. I'm sure that's deliberate, na reason naisema ni because haikuwa allow kusikia the words and the enunciation clearly, upate kila kitu alikuwa anasema juu ni kama iko drowned kwa the instrumentation. Lakini hiyo ndio ngoma iko na vocals sikuwa natarajia. Then I believe kuna a song called Aura, song number 7, ilikuwa na high pitched sort of chipmunk sounding vocals. And then kwa the last song, Wasteland, similarly to the introduction, Anno Domini, the pace is slower, tempo iko chini, cinematic, and these open, spacey, orchestral keys that bring a certain mood to it. That same energy ndio energy tulifungwa nayo, ndio the same energy that tuna close nayo. But kwa hiyo ngoma pia it seems kuna reverbed vocals that also add to the soundscape of the song. Hizo ndizo ngoma kuna vocals zimetumiwa, otherwise ni pure instrumentation. An experience yenye SOLST ana take advantage of, nikimaanisha anatupeleka through different emotional states, through different tempos and different moods na feelings. Lakini generally vile nilikuwa na explain moment ya kupaj kwa Midnight Therapy, the following song Lamentis inaanza ikiwa imetulia, unadhani imechill, before you know it the same aggression, the same loudness ina pick up ikienda to the rest of the song. Exile iko na that same idea, and kwa this segment of the album, once tuna get from hiyo moment ya Rebirth, literally it seems kuna a lot of aggression, a lot of color, a lot of grandness as a characteristic ama as traits that una experience kwa the album fully. Ana explore na ana build upon it sana, ana stay on the same thing, ana kuweka on your feet, ana keep going, ana keep your energy up. Then Immortal comes in, it seems as if tumechill, but before Immortal kwa Exile, kwa characteristic ya the instrumental, kuna a trap feeling to it that brings in a different character where now you're fusing genres. Kwa Immortal inaanza ikiwa imetulia kidogo and you think that's how tutakuwa for the entire song because tumekuwa na energetic songs previously, so inaanza slowly gentle, before ujue ukidhani ulikuwa umetulia na umesettle in, SOLST is there anakuambia changamka tena and the energy picks up again and ana play around na moods different vile nimesema, and this works to his advantage, taking us through experience ya Rebirth. And this is an album where una feel the title of the songs zina match the energy of the music, the instrumentation, the arrangements, how songs zina feel, and the overall mood that they convey na emotion una feel ina match vile zimekuwa titled. Ghosts, after this energetic and loud segment of the album, inatulia tena. It's an interlude ya 2 minutes. It reminds you of the opening song Anno Domini. Imetulia, hiyo feeling ya ghosts and haunting, lakini not dark necessarily, but just chilled, low tempo, open keys, spacey. That feeling ina calm down na ina bring hiyo emotion. Desolation inaanza na how the song ends, alafu inapotea kidogo na feeling kuna a switch, and then as we get into the rest of the song, the same melody that was there kwa Ghosts inakuja, na ukiangalia surface level as titles Ghosts and Desolation unahisi ni kama zinaambatana. Hata hiyo idea kwa that segment of the project, the instrumentation ina match, lakini usidanganywe that ati kuna low moments kwa hii project. Anasema low moments emotionally ama low moments where una feel SOLST ameangusha the project kwa how ameproduce the instrumentation. Not at all. Precipice, an extended version, sijasikia the original, but hapa pia kuna dramatic elements kwa the instrumentation, those techniques that nimemention kwa electronic, EDM, aspects za dubstep that you also get across the project kwa different songs, unazisikia kwa Precipice yenye ni the final aggressive song before tumalize na Wasteland yenye nimedescribe, which naweza sema emotionally ina close the album aptly. Hii safari ni under 35 minutes, singe mind kama ingeendelea. Ni that absorbing and engrossing of an experience kuanzia mwanzo hadi mwisho. The thing naweza taja ni sometimes getting into such production and such songs inakuanga difficult kuweza kudiscern the production, nikimaanisha ukisikiza other songs under the genre by other artists, especially when those aspects of EDM zinatumika, those dubstep aspects are being included kwa the instrumentation that nime describe rightfully kwa review, ni a bit difficult kuweza kudiscern the production na kusema kuna a specific personality yenye ni belonging to a different artist and a different musician or a producer under the same genre of music. However, as I mentioned, hiyo fusion ya trap sounding drum patterns kwa Exile, that was something unique. Pia nikisikia Desolation ama Precipice, kuna certain choice of drums that nilisikiza na vile zimepangwa ilikuwa a trait that nilisikia kwa other tracks pia, 2 or so, sikumbuki which ones exactly kwa my first listen, but kuna a certain feature that una note ikikuja kwa vile SOLST ana choose drums zake na vile anazipanga. Na I believe Desolation had some distorted drums at some point, which added an amazing twist and flavor to the song. The other thing nikimaliza, that same Desolation that nimetaja, as well as Midnight Therapy and maybe another song or two, ikienda sana zilikuwa overly loud ikija kwa upande wa the mixing and mastering. Kwa Midnight Therapy, with the aggressive nature of the song, niliamua withstand as we got into that energetic segment of the album, lakini kwa Desolation kuna point the decibels zilikithiri, nikaamua ku reduce my volume, but that's just a nitpick. This album is such an experience. Tungeisikiza mwaka uliopita before mwaka uishe na before tuunde list zetu za top 10 albums of 2021 yenye naweza recommend ucheki. Nimeonyesha vitu ka 20 kwa hii video. Pick any, start from anywhere, then go down the rabbit hole if you have the time. Ingekuwa kwa list yangu guaranteed. The debut EP ya SOLST yenye nimemention Roger alikuwa nayo kwa list yake. Roger pia aliisifia. It seems like another sonic experience that unafaa kupitia, ama that mimi nafaa kupitia, and it seems ameendelea with that same momentum kwa debut full length album yake. Rebirth ilifeature kwa A Music Junkies list ya 2021 albums. Naongelea La Music Junkie, Elias Joy Ruguru, Elias Furaha album list yake ya top 10 unique Kenyan albums and EPs of 2021. Alifeature this album, nilijua through hapo, nikasema acha niweke kwa list yangu ya MWE. Nimeisikiza, nimeunderstand vile limake kwa orodha ya La Music Junkie. Kama umesikiza Rebirth, niambie if you feel the same, niambie what you think about this sonic experience, what you feel about debut album ya SOLST kwa comment section. Tafadhali consider pia kulike the video na kusubscribe. Support Kenyan content creators, tafadhali. tunahitaji pesa katika hii hali ya uchumi ambayo tunaishi ndani yake. Anyway, niambie maoni yako. Consider kucheki the other videos that nimemention na the other videos under this music writer exercise that nafanya for 2022. Asante sana, wewe ni wa maana. Thank you for your time. Shukran sana.